Hello, welcome to a very special day with a very special person. This is JP, Head of Exterior Design at Bentley. First of all, congratulations on this unbelievable piece of sculpture.
Thank you very much.
Top work. So this is the EXP 100 GT.
Yes.
100 significant because you're celebrating the 100 years of Bentley.
Absolutely.
Very cool. What a way to celebrate it.
Indeed.
This wasn't done overnight.
No.
How long has this been in the planning for?
So, I mean, we've developed it over the last year and a half in terms of design and build, but we began discussions around 2 years ago. Obviously, we knew it was going to be our birthday. It's a big one. It's a reason to celebrate. So, what better way to kind of honour 100 years of a wonderful brand by celebrating with a show car and setting out a little bit of a vision as to what type of brand we want to be in the next 100 years.
Fantastic. And that's exactly what this is. This is a look to the future.
Yeah.
To clarify, this isn't going to be made anytime soon.
No.
But in terms of its purpose, it's all about where Bentley's heading as a brand.
Yeah.
Of course, a massive electric movement right now. This is based on a 100% electric platform.
Yes.
Also, a big message running through this is sustainability.
Yeah. It's about the fact that the future of mobility should be inspirational still. Yeah? You should connect to it on an emotional level. I think there's been a lot of show cars in the past couple of years, and brands rather, making statements about the future of autonomy and a lot of autonomous kind of soulless boxes. So the first thing is that it's important that we want to. It's not about getting from A to B. It's about what happens in between. So statement one is that we're still going to have the option to drive. So this is a fully autonomous car, but with drive capability, and that is a really important statement for Bentley. Yeah. Driving is connecting to that Grand Tour is such a big part of our heritage, and we want it to be a big part of our future as well.
Run me through the size of it, because this thing is no compact car, is it?
No, it's a big car, and again, that came from a lot of the conversations around our heritage. If you look deep into our heritage, we've always made big, beautiful, bold Grand Tours. Yeah. So quite early on, we decided, to celebrate what makes Bentley great, we wanted this big, beautiful, bold Grand Tourer of the future. So obviously that defined quite a long car. You can see we've got quite a long wheelbase, of course big wheels to shrink that, to make that statement overall a little bit more compact. The length of the wheelbase is driven by this wonderful, extraordinary door. It's about, it's a show car, so it's our chance to be a little bit more playful.
Sure.
So it's a two-door car, but it's of course the size of a four-door car. There's the same interior space in there as a Flying Spur, but it's a configurable interior space, which I'm sure we'll get to in a minute. On top of that, it was our opportunity to play with new topics, new themes on the exterior, while still keeping that kind of Bentley DNA, which to me isn't necessarily always about a line here and a line there. It's more about, a spirit or a character. So it's about what does that spirit and that character, where does that take us in the next 100 years?
So first thing that hits you when you drive out is that incredible grille, very animated. Lights are still very distinctly Bentley. What will be the application of a grille like that when it comes to, well, first of all, electric car, you don't strictly need one, but is there some reasoning or science behind the fact that it changes?
Yeah, it's a very good point actually. So I think conversation one that we had in the studio was about the Bentley grille. It's an electric car, and therefore air is needed in different grills, which is on the lower and on the side. That big main grill that normally feeds our big engines is not necessary anymore. But we're very, very privileged and lucky to have such a strong heritage and identity. So the decision was made after lots of conversations very early on. Let's keep the shape of the grille and let's try and use it in a different way. From a design perspective, I'm really excited about the front end. This is the first time in a couple of generations that we've played with different topics. We have a very distinctive face in the front end of Bentley's. Currently, you've got the matrix grille and the 4-round lights, unmistakably Bentley. Concept car is an opportunity for us to say, hey, can we have different statements on the front end while still at the same time being Bentley? So you have these big, wonderful round lights intersecting the grille, which is reminiscent of a lot of our old cars and our heritage. This unmistakable face of Bentley, but of course executed in a modern way. How do you use that grille if it's not bringing in air? We're playing a lot on the whole car, not just on the front, around the topic of the light. It's a really, really important communication tool, but also making special experiences. Like I said, it's an autonomous car, and you can imagine as the autonomous kind of world grows, and as this thing gains traction, there's going to be a lot of topics about communication with the outside world. So you can imagine this is a wonderful tool to be able to communicate what the car's doing.
Interesting.
But it's also about welcoming the customer, giving the customer a special experience as they're walking towards the car, maybe helping them shift their mood. You know, playing with tone and colour and light to be able to influence emotion as well. Of course, the moment you switch to the drive mode, you know, that light is then sucked in to those kind of pupils of the eyes, and then you're in focus mode, and you're there to be able to see. So it's about kind of being seen or see.
Oddly, for me, electric applies to this brand perfectly, because while the W12s and the V8 do have that lovely tone about them, ultimately, once you've got going, it's a very quiet experience.
Absolutely, it's effortless torque and comfort and sound, isn't it? Exactly right.
Speaking of torque, 1,500 Newton meters. I mean, you're going to need to have someone behind you relaying the road after that. I mean, that's insane amount of torque.
Again, it's a projection. You know, we're talking, like you say, everyone is discussing the electric topic, and this thing is in this transitional shift in the automotive world. So this electric topic will be talked about more and more. And I think again, it's a Bentley statement, you know?
Isn't it?
It's about, you know, what makes our car special now. Those kind of emotions and those unique selling points, they're still going to be relevant for us in the future. So I think, again, this car, and just like that figure, is about setting ourselves a target. Our car still being inspirational, you know, still being aspirational as well.
So talk to me about some of these sort of, dare I say, almost crazy future projections in terms of being able to record your journey and then being able to store the ambience of a journey and have it replay inside almost, right?
You can imagine, I mean, we're discussing almost a new type of engine at Bentley, almost a curation engine, you know, and this could be almost the intellectual brain of the car. AI is a developing topic. It's something that we're talking to our partners a lot about, so it's not something that we've just kind of made up.
Sure, absolutely.
And I think it's all about those special moments. I mean, you know, you've driven a lot of cars. You've been in a lot of moments where you've thought, wow, this is special. The light, the sound, even the smell. So it's about how to dial into them, even at the time making them more visceral, so dialing them up, and then having the AI of the car being able to almost record them. You know, it could even be a conversation with your kid, you know? A funny conversation, and the car's recording it, and it can play it back to you. Imagine how your mood would lift on your next journey, or when the car biometrically reads that you're kind of in a bad mood. Just to replay a memory like that, the whole thing is lifted. The car is helping you have a better day.
Interesting. Fantastic. It would help my life a lot, because I'll just be able to download my experience and upload it straight to YouTube.
Hey, exactly. Come on, let's bring this sooner.
To the interior. So I'm in the fortunate position at the minute that you guys have lent me a long-term Continental GT. And every time I step in the interior of that, I'm thinking you guys have taken this to a different ballgame. This thing, I mean, I don't know where do you go from here? It's unbelievable.
It's raised the bar. I mean, again, luckily for us, this is our target, so we could really push the boat on, taking everything that makes, you know, Bentley today wonderful, like your Continental GT, and just seeing how far we can push that.
Cool. So it's, in a way, it's half lounge, but half driver focused as well, and that's achieved by the interior effectively morphing depending on what's happening.
It's a completely configurable interior space. We can go 2, 3 or 4 seats depending on the journey, so you can obviously plan your passengers. You can see the other side of the car is in drive mode, so the steering wheel's engaged and you've got a 4-seat setup. This guy can relax over here still, or this seat can go forward and reveal a 4th seat. It's actually got as much interior space as a flying spur, even though it's only as high as a GT.
Wow. So, I mean, you've done an incredible job of being able to make the rear seats just vanish and turn into this like sculptural rear section.
Yeah, there's some fairly sophisticated tech that helps that seat disappear, but it's just a pivoting rear seat. It disappears underneath that shelf there, and it just gives you the space to be able to lounge, like you said.
So, despite all of this sculpture and all of this tech, in concept form, it's sub 2 tons. It's like 1,900 kgs. Which, I mean, even if this had an engine, it would be impressive. But it has a bed full of batteries, which we know are heavy. New materials like carbon, aluminium, etc.
Of course. I mean, of course, we're investigating, whatever is the lightest and most efficient at the time. We're projecting forward, kind of, let's say, battery technology, to say, okay, there's of course going to be X, Y, and Z happening in that world, in that sphere, and just again, it just means that we can tap into that to make the best cars we can at the time.
Just quickly, talk me through some of these infused materials. So a minute ago, you were telling me about 5,000-year-old driftwood.
Yeah, riverwood. So it's rescued from a river.
Yeah.
And again, it's just so we're not knocking down any trees to create our wood. Wood, of course, is a material that you associate with Bentley. It's one of our kind of core strengths. But again, it's about how to take that forward, how to generate interesting stories at the same time as being sustainable. So this 5,000-year-old rescued river wood, we infuse it with copper, and that gives it structural rigidity. And then we put this wonderful wax on. You can see that the outside of the wings here are made from that material. And not only is it a wonderful message, but it looks and feels really stunning. Yeah.
Well, if this is the future of Bentley, mate, it's looking good.
Congratulations.
Look forward to seeing elements of this filter down into more immediate product, no doubt.
Watch this space.
This is a tip of the hat to 2035, is it? Something like that?
Exactly.
So, big deal, 100 years. It's a pleasure. Thanks very much.
Thanks.